Lapin Mignon took back the reins of the Mignonship. Her hand brushed along the cracked ceramic console and she smiled. The ship was still standing, a patchwork miracle made of paper, cardboard, and dreams. 9 original rockets from the Genesis flight have merged into the colossal, clunky vessel, low-tech, slow-heart. And yet, it had carried them farther than anything built from logic or stilled could ever could. The hum of the engines was softer now, and most of the original crew had found their home world, their peaceful corner of the Mignonverse. The laughter still floated through the corridors like ghost lights, traces of joys that refused to fade. Then came a faint scratching on the door, tiny, rhythmic, familiar. Lapin turned, and there he was, Luke the Gerbil, master of the squeaks. Surrounded by his little crew, they peeked left and right, noses twitching in suspicion. She laughed. No cats left on board, my friends. They've all found their own minion's planet by now. At once, the Gerbil relaxed their fur and puffing with relief. And then, almost on cue, they began to squeak softly at first, then louder, until the whole ship trembled with their song. It echoed through the air, a shimmering, faithful sound, and down below a planet began to glow into view. A world of burrows and caverns and lights and music and joy. Luke smiled. That's our home, he said. Squeaktopia. Before the landing, Luke came to her with a small dense notebook, its pages filled with scribbles, sketches, bits of colors, and even few crumbs caught into the folds. I've kept notes of everything, he said. Every love, every spark, every miracle. These are our memories, the heritage of the Mignonverse. I call it the 35 Tales of the Mignonverse. I want to release it in the space bottle, like we do in the ocean. Maybe it will drift toward another dreamer someday. Lapin pressed the book to her heart. Look, she said softly. You're the last passenger of this first voyage. I know more travelers will come and other rockets will join, but this one was very special. May I keep your book? I'd like to add more on my watercolor and a few more tales before we let it go. Luke's eyes shone. This piece of art is your life, Lapin, he said. Do what feels right. As the gerbils ran down the ramps, squeaking with laughter and joy, Lapin stood by the window and she watched them scatter like stardust across the glowing new world. The ship felt quiet now, empty but not lonely. Lapin closed her eyes and placed Luke's book on the console. One last journey to make. A few more planets to visit, and then, when the time was right, she too will release her stories into a great unknown, a book floating in the cosmos for whoever still believes in wonder.